So I'm showing you what the devil did. I'm showing you how he has entangled humankind. And he wants you and the resources that God has made available to you in terms of gifting and capacity to be used to build that system that these pioneers began to build. This is what he wants to use your grace to adorn in your generation. Meanwhile, God is also building something. And I need to open your eyes to see it. If you are still with me, say amen. Amen. Next verse. Verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Tubal-Cain was the one that started constructing weapons of mass destruction. When he lost his security in God, he knew he had to do something quickly about it. Hey. So he started creating weapons quickly because he has lost his security. How many of you have been there? You did something wrong and you lost the sense of the presence of God and you knew that danger was by the door. Yes, when you felt that, you ran to the presence of God and began to plead. Tubal-Cain did not run to God. Tubal-Cain now went and developed weapons of mass destruction. That if that danger comes out, he will do something about it. So we have Jabal. He created work for self-support. Jubal, he created what? Music for self-entertainment. Tubal-Cain created weapons for self-defense. Can you see? Everything is done around self. The idea of this cosmos that Satan is building is around about self, not about God. So this principle of I that Lucifer was running with, I will, was about self, was about me. So all of these arrangements that were put in place was to preserve self, was to gratify self, was to support self. So that the journey of man upon the face of the earth will become a journey of self. And self happens to be the worst idol that the heart of man has ever manufactured. So the devil wants your life to be about self, about me, about myself. Where's the man on the keyboard? There's one brother I saw. Okay. So you come back there and look for strings, soft strings. Very soft. Very soft. Are you there? Everything about self. Self-entertainment, self-support, self-defense. How many of you still remember Peter? When Peter began to rebuke Jesus because Jesus said he was going to the cross to pay the price. And when Jesus rebuked Peter, he rebuked Peter as if he was rebuking Satan. And he rebuked Satan as if he was rebuking Peter. Because at that point, Peter was one with Satan. And Peter was speaking by the mouth of Satan. Hey. Now, wait, brother. Stop. Are you the only keyboardist here? That thing you are playing is wrong. No, don't just be playing. No. This is Tubal-Cain. This is the Tubal-Cain. Sit there. Let me teach you. If I don't teach you, you won't know this thing. Sit there. Pray first before you start. There's a place I am in the spirit. Use this sound to find it. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say I'm a keyboardist. You are the one that said you are a keyboardist. So you have to do that work, the work of the keyboardist. You have to do it. I'm somewhere use that thing, find me, and find the rhythm of that place and play what is expected in that place. Don't just click and find it in your heart. If it's wrong, I will tell you. Stay with me. So the idea was that life, the life he invented for man, is a life of self, where you live for you live for yourself, you live for I. Meanwhile, when Jesus came, the model that he showed us was selfless. He lived for God. And when you live for God, God will stretch you. He will make you sacrifice. That's the only dialect you can understand. If what you are doing does not cost you anything, it is not strong enough to strike a chord in the realm of the spirit. Not strong enough. Not strong enough. You want to eat every day and you want to know God? You are wrong. It won't happen. You pay a price. You pay a price for it. So when my physical father died, he was a significant person. And because of him, there were so many friends that were around. People that gave us promises. The moment he died, they escaped. So when they escaped, I now discovered that the only person I really have is the God that my mother taught me about, even Jesus Christ. But I did not know him. I said, okay, I will go in search of him. Because if I don't find him, I'm done. So I refused to eat food. I stay without food for days. Then when I'm too weak, I will eat a little. I continued that for 264 days before Jesus visited me. What are you living for? Yourself? You're still following the script that these people wrote. A generation that has taken God out of the equation. That means there's no reference point. You can't define good and bad with 6. I'm going to show you how men will live under these circumstances. Jump to the last verse, which is verse 25. Quickly. 24. Is it? 21? 6. Last verse. Genesis. Are you with me? 25. Let's do 25. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son and called his name Seth. For God, he said, that appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. So that's what God did. He generated another race. And verse 26 now says, and to Seth, to him also, there was born a son. And he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. This was where prayer was discovered. As these guys wanted to conquer the earth. Indeed, by the time we go to the book of Genesis chapter 6, you will see that the descendants of Cain became more influential on the earth than the descendants of Seth. The people that were following the path of righteousness, calling upon the name of the Lord, they did not grow fast. Righteousness takes time to produce. Yeah, it takes time. If you want to win by wickedness, you win fast. But righteousness has transgenerational potential. So whereas the other guys were taking the territories, the other race discovered prayer. So there are only 2 sides in this camp. It's either you are in the camp of prayer or you are in the camp of self. The first proof that you want to go beyond self is that you accept the humility that takes you into the place of communion with God. He said, men began to call upon the name of the Lord.